everyone, it's Fuchsia here with a Sims video today. I've been working on a project in my Sims file, and it corresponds to my streams that I've been doing. Now, if you're not familiar with my Twitch channel, I'm streaming an A to Z Legacy Challenge, and the naming convention, just to make this challenge easier, is that all the generations are named after Animal Crossing villagers. But then I was sitting there and thinking, why don't I just take this one step further and actually make some Animal Crossing NPCs and buildings in my file just to give it a kind of Animal Crossing feel all around. If you don't know, Animal Crossing is one of my favorite things in the entire world. And I'm a little starved for a new game, but I thought I would make do in The Sims in the meantime. So I've been working on this file. I'm slowly building it up as I play, and I've been making the NPCs and some buildings. So I wanted to show you one of the buildings today. But first, I wanted to show you the villagers, the NPCs that we have so far in town. We've got the Able sisters. We've got Leif and Brewster. We've got Kix and Red. Red is a little punk artist. I love him. Over here, we've got Reese and Cyrus, and they're right next to the retail store. Reese and Cyrus actually have this adorable house that my friend Soy made for me, but we'll do a video on the whole area over there soon. This is the museum. This is what we're going to be exploring today. And then over here, we've just got a basic starter home that looks like the starter home in Animal Crossing. We've got Isabelle and Digby. And here, we've got my favorites, Blathers and Celeste. Celeste is one of my favorite NPCs of all time, and definitely my favorite NPC in Animal Crossing. Over here, we've got my actual character that I'm playing for the Legacy Challenge. Her name is Aurora Belle, bells being the currency in Animal Crossing. So we're gonna load up Celeste and Blathers and send them to the museum so I can show you this. But first, let's go into their house. So this is Blathers and Celeste. I was playing on this file trying to change the weather, and Blathers got struck by lightning. So, just ignore the markings on his face. I didn't realize those were there. Okay, so I actually downloaded this from the gallery. This is not going to be their house in its final form, but I needed a house to stick them in, and I figured, why not a tree house? So this is actually a house from the Sim Supply, and he actually has a really great build video on it, but I thought it was fitting for 2 owls in the meantime, and we're just gonna send them over to the museum. So this is the museum that I made. I spent a little over 3 weeks working on it. I'm not a fast builder, which is why I'm not doing a build video of this, but I wanted to do a tour and show you. So for the outside of the museum, I really wanted to make it look like the actual museum in Animal Crossing, but fitting in the parameters of, you know, all the stuff that fits in it within The Sims. So it's a little bigger than you see in Animal Crossing, but it has the same look. We've even got like the little hydrangea bushes outside that exist in Animal Crossing. And then over here we've got some cherry tree. We've got a cherry tree and a peach tree, a pear tree that will grow eventually. And then over here we've got a little observatory station, a little forested area, fake forested area that I thought would be really cute. And we've got a fire pit for sitting around and chatting and just socializing, because that's just like a really fun thing to do in Animal Crossing. So we've got a cute little area. And then over here we've got a community garden, because just growing things in Animal Crossing is such a big part, and growing all those flowers and getting all those hybrids. So I thought a community garden would be super cute for that. And then if we go inside, we have this nice little entrance where Blathers actually hangs out usually. And then over here we've got the art wing, where you can just admire some works of art and just really just take your time, relax, and learn some art history. So we've got a nice little art wing over here. And then in this room, we've got the aquarium. You can actually go in this little part right here and just observe the fish. Just watch them float around. This was a thing that I had no idea how to do in The Sims, and I had to look it up, and I learned a lot building this museum, and I'm really happy with it. But I'm really happy with the aquarium. And then over here, we've got the archaeology room. We've got the fossils that you can find in the game, all nice on display. And then on this side, unfortunately, there are no large-scale fossils in The Sims, and I couldn't even find any custom content. I tried to do this whole project without any custom content, so I was so desperate for large fossils that I even looked for custom content, but I couldn't find anything. So I just went with all the, like, a bunch of the rocks that you can find in the game, and thought that would be, you know, appropriate still. And yeah, there's no custom content in this build, in any of my builds for this project, which is a challenge, but I like it. And then we've got some skeletons gardening everything. And then in this room, well, it's not really a room so much, but we've got a little garden. Because in the museum, this would be where the bugs are. And unfortunately, like, there's no way to really have the bug room, the bug exhibit in The Sims unless you want to have, like, each bug in a little tiny container, which I didn't think would be really fun. So I just decided to make a nice little garden where bugs will come and check out the flowers and everything, and you can have a nice little seat. And so I thought that would be a nice compromise, and I really like how it looks. And then if you go upstairs, second floor is just some bathrooms, because, you know, public building. Bathrooms don't exist in Animal Crossing, but they need to exist in The Sims, so I have some bathrooms. And then just the way that I had to make everything work, the rest of the floor is just empty, just because, like, how the stairs work in The Sims compared to Animal Crossing, how I had to make the aquarium and everything, the rest of the floor is just empty. And then we've got the second floor, which is actually at the third floor here. But we've got the little gift shop that Celeste sells things from in New Leaf. We've got the golden shovel and the megaphone, and some, you know, wallpaper, or star blueprints as they are. And so I tried to, like, just get items that kind of look like they sell in Animal Crossing. So yeah, she thinks it's funny too. And then in this room, I've got a library, because I don't know about you, but I really like libraries, and I kind of put a library in every Animal Crossing town I make, whether it's in the museum space or in a villager's house, a character's house, not a villager's house, although, you know, Daisy's house is kind of like a library. But I do actually have a library in the museum space in Camelot, one of my towns. And I thought that would be a nice little thing to put in the museum. And then over here, I really wanted to make the second floor of the museum a space where people can work on their skills, which is what I was really going for. So I made a little art studio. You can even practice your bonsai trimming, and we've got some works of art, and then we've got this. Nice, Kendra. Nice job. But yeah, the second floor of the museum in Animal Crossing in New Leaf is so unique because you can make the spaces whatever you want. So I just decided to go with skill building in case, you know, villagers can't afford an easel or a bonsai tree or whatever. And then over here, I've got a music room for the same reason. So we've got all these different violins and guitars and everything. We've even got a karaoke stand. so they can practice their singing, and a keyboard, and it's just decorated with all this art. And then in the final room is my favorite. This is Celeste's Observatory. And I don't know who that is, Alexander Gall. Okay. And if you're not familiar with Wild World and City Folk, if you've only played New Leaf or Pocket Camp or anything, in Wild World and City Folk, Celeste had her own observatory in the second floor of the museum. In New Leaf, this was very rudely taken away, and she was given the gift shop instead. But I wanted to give her back her observatory because, as I said, Celeste is my favorite NPC in Animal Crossing, and it's very important to me that she have her observatory. So, unfortunately, there's no like simple telescope in The Sims 4. I don't know why they took that out because it used to be in the other games, but we have this big, huge contraption that still works, despite being indoors, and then we have her gadgets and her work and everything, and the books to read. And then on this side, we've got all these space finds. So we've got space rocks and squids and like all this stuff, and then specimens to study. And then got some space artwork. So, and I even gave her pretty little lights just because I thought they looked cute here. But this is my favorite room. I'm very happy with how it came out, even if it took a little bit, but I'm happy with it, and I hope Celeste enjoys it. My only complaint with this build is that I can't actually make Blathers and Celeste work here. That's not a thing that you can make Sims do in this game. You can't make them work in museums unless I want to make someone actually work at the gift shop. That's about the only thing, but I don't want to confine Celeste to the gift shop again. I just gave her her observatory back. So, yeah, look at that. She's all happy. She gets to study the stars. But yeah, so this is my Animal Crossing museum build. And I'm really happy with it. And it's raining again. Huh. But yeah, so if you're interested in this, this is up on the gallery. It doesn't require any custom content. Place it with move objects on, of course, because there's a lot in there. And it requires quite a lot of packs. I can't even name how many packs off the bat, but it requires a lot of packs. But if you enjoy it, I will be having more videos of other creations, other builds I'm making and have made already. And I'll have more videos like this in the future. And I will also be streaming my Let's Play of the Legacy Challenge on my Twitch channel. So definitely check that out if you're interested in that. And as always, thank you for watching, and feel free to like, comment, or subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you're interested in more Animal Crossing Sims content. There will definitely be some more. So have a great day.